So we've looked at dissolving a few different metals now, and those are metals that I knew how they would dissolve or would not dissolve. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at a metal that I don't know how it will dissolve or what will dissolve it. And that metal is gallium. Gallium is in the periodic table just below aluminum, and it comes in these vials, we get it in these vials of 50 grams. And so it's a big chunk, and that's too much to be working with. So our first chore is to get this into samples that are smaller, like little beads or something like that, that we can use to test its dissolution. And to do that, we're going to use a special property of gallium, and that is that it melts just above room temperature. So what we're going to do is we're going to warm it up just a little bit and then try to make drops of it that will then solidify to make usable samples. Okay, so we have the molten gallium in a beaker. You can see it's swirling around there. Now we're going to drip it into our big beaker of water. Okay, so we're going to drip slowly our molten gallium, which sounds like it's hot, but it's actually not, just above room temperature, into here. The goal is to make little kind of beads or little ingots. So the problem is that when they hit the bottom, they're finding other portions of the gallium and making a big pool of gallium on the bottom, which is not what we want. We want individual little pieces of gallium. So the problem is it's not solidifying enough on the way down. Alright, so that's not okay. So this is kind of cool. You can see the gallium at the bottom of the beaker swirling around because it's still above its melting point. It's not what we want, but it is really cool. So that didn't work. Okay, so that didn't work. So what we're going to try now is we're going to try using a dropper and put little drops in, and instead of doing it into a beaker, we're going to do it into a large graduated cylinder. And the hope is that by the time the gallium gets to the bottom, they will turn into individual pieces of solid. Maybe I should use ice water. We'll try this first. They're all kind of going to the same place. They're collecting at the bottom in the same position, which means that the bottom of the graduate cylinder is not flat. And you can see when they land, they kind of float down to the middle, the center part there, to make a bigger pool, which means I should stop. Well, that didn't work either, but we have a solution. Class, sometimes you just overthink things. You want little beads? Just make little beads. Sometimes you make a really cute little bead, cuter than the rest. Sometimes you can almost make them like little Hershey's Kisses, but not chocolate. These are pretty. Wow. And then we'll let these cool down and solidify. Whoa, see, that's what you want to avoid right there. That's what you want to avoid. Okay. Let's make some more. And now we have our little ingots.